Hi, I'm Hitesh Patel and I work for Lenture International, who are presenting these series of videos. I work as a lead architect, a consultant and a senior coach. In these series of videos we're presenting ITIL version 4, or as we know it now as ITIL 4, as you will know by watching these series of videos. In these series of videos we'll be talking about a lot of the questions that you might want answers to. Some of these key questions might be: what does ITIL 4 mean to the organization? Why the series of changes? And what does this mean in an era of digital transformation?
I'll give you an example. Do you either use, back in the day, did you own audio cassettes? I remember owning vinyl, so that's how old I am.
Okay, I'm not going to say vinyl because then that will make me too old, Akshay. Sorry about that.
But it's hip to own vinyl now, so you might not be dating yourself quite as much. All right. So you owned audio cassettes, right?
Yeah.
You made the switch to MP3s, right?
Yes.
And presumably at some point you made a switch to Spotify.
Correct.
Or Apple Music or something like that.
Very
right?
good. Yes, I did actually.
So, as a customer, if I can't find something on Apple Music, I'm going to look on Spotify.
Yep.
If I can't find it there, I'm going to go look on YouTube Music. If I can't find it there, I'll go look at one of a dozen other streaming sites or the artist's own website or something. So as a customer, my switching cost is zero. That is not an IT problem. That is fundamentally a business model problem. And digital transformation for me, therefore, is a change to the business model in a market which has highly vocal and empowered customers, where IT plays an enabling function.
Yes.
And so what IT service management and ITIL bring to the table with that is starting from defining your service portfolio. What are the outcomes that our services are looking to achieve, rather than defining it in technology terms? So rather than saying we offer networking services or we offer computing services, start at the very top and saying we offer digital entertainment services, and start to decompose from that and bring it all the way down into more technology layers, finely grained technology layers.
So the example you mentioned about moving through all those different types of, let's say, technologies, if we like, and getting to how we listen to music now, I would definitely see that as a transformation of individuals' practices, like a huge new way of working. But you're right, that I think you mentioned right now you haven't seen that many clients really using digital transformation as what digital transformation actually means. And I think that's also, would you agree, maybe down to the confusion as to how we use the term transformation?
I think so. I mean, I realize I'm being very pedantic about the use of the word transformation here. But for me, a transformation really is that business model transformation.
Yes.
It is not a technology refresh.
Absolutely.
Just putting in the latest tools is not going to transform your business. We exist in our organizations today to help the business generate more revenue, capture a more market share, cut costs, whatever it might be. That means that we have to support a business model transformation as IT workers, not just focused on our little silo.
Yeah.
And what ITIL has always talked about is, even in the life cycle days, is talked about how services have a life cycle. They're not meant to be silos, but they're meant to be aspects of thinking about and executing on services.
Yeah.
And what ITIL 4 is now looking to do is to extend that thinking, bring it, use modern language, and talk about how service portfolio should really start with what are the outcomes that the business is trying to achieve, rather than what are the outcomes that the IT is trying to achieve. And so start at the business layer and start to work your way down. On the other side, when we talk about, for example, customer support, if you or I as a customer are really unhappy with our music streaming service, we move. So service support has to go further to satisfy customers, to help them with their requests, or make it seamless that customers don't see any friction when they're trying to request something, when they're trying to get support on something, or whatever it might be. And so I think ITIL provides a very holistic end-to-end view of how to regard, design, operate, and deliver value through services. And there may be other components there which link into other frameworks such as DevOps or Agile or BRM or Lean or whatever it might be. At the end of the day, ITIL is going to be very practical in its focus. Practitioners need to be able to quickly understand, apply, and access the guidance when they need to. But equally, if we need to talk about very abstract, fundamental concepts, we need to do it in a way that people can understand. So there's a balance here about talking about the science of service management versus the practical execution of service management, and ITIL is looking to do both.
Perfect. Thank you for your time, Akshay.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.